Hey, everybody, it's your girl, April Marie, and I am so excited that you decided to join me today. Welcome back to my podcast, Handle Her with Care. Before I get started today, I'm just excited to be here. You guys just are in for a treat. This is a very special episode for me. But before I get started, I just want to share thank you so much to 661 Creator Space, the place where I do my podcast, the place that takes great care of me and edits my podcast and does all the things. If you're interested in any multimedia space, or you're filming a documentary, or you want to host a podcast, this is your place. This is the place to be, 661 Creator Space. And I know that she's going to put her name right at the bottom of the screen so that you guys can have easy access to it. I definitely want to mention, shout out to my show sponsor, My Hair Honey, for all of your hair care and growing needs. It is the best product on the market. And I say that because I know that it is. My hair is growing. It has stayed consistently growing. It smells so good. It feels so good. It is a complete vibe. So I do have a special right now. $38 for the leave-in conditioner as well as the growth oil. That's crazy, okay? Because the benefits are amazing, and then also the price is great. And then you're getting two for almost pretty much the price of one, so get on it, okay? You can definitely hit us up on @myhairhoney on Instagram, and that right now is the only form of contact. So make sure you hit us up in our DM, and we'll get you your order, okay? So I'm just excited to be here with you. My special guest today is Shalonda Bowden. Hello.
Hi.
How you feeling?
This is a different.
Different. Yeah. Well, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just happy that, I'm happy you came to join. I know that this isn't your normal way of communicating, but thank you for coming outside of your comfort zone.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
For sure. So the reason why I wanted Shalonda on the show today is really just not even for all of the things that, you know, you just want to hear someone's story, but it's really to encourage people to push through their goals and to not be swayed or afraid to stand up for themselves.
Yes.
And as we get into her story, you'll see exactly why. So, okay, let's see. Let me make sure I have this right. So you are a master sergeant.
Yes, ma'am.
In the Air Force.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you been in the Air Force?
I've been in the Air Force for 17 years.
17 years.
17 years.
Okay.
I hit 18 in November of this year.
Congratulations.
So,
thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
How has it been for you? Big picture. We'll get minute in a little bit.
Challenging.
Okay.
I've grown up a lot through the military in ways that I didn't think that I needed to grow in, but then I realized, like, once I joined the military and as I came up in the rank and stuff, that there was like a different side of me that needed to grow with that, and I became more confident in who I am as a person, as a leader, and I became a lot more vocal, which is, I know we're going to talk about that like throughout my story.
Yes.
And I have to thank the military and the good and the bad. Regarding personnel in the military, because they had some impact on my life, and my career,
and your career. Wow. Okay, so what do you do? What's your job?
I am a military police.
Okay.
So in the Army, it's MP, but in the Air Force, it's security forces.
Security forces.
But we basically do law enforcement, security, and base defense for military bases.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm a cop.
You're a cop.
Yay.
So when you get out, is that something you would transfer over to?
I could. There's a lot of avenues in being military police. You can go with like Department of Homeland Defense, and you can go into like those 3-letter agencies such as FBI, CIA, those kind of things.
Okay.
I actually have a degree, master's degree in public health administration.
I didn't know that.
Yes, with an
emphasis.
master's
degree, huh? You better do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I want to work at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
Okay. All right. I love that.
Yes.
I did not know that about you.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, all right. So let's see. Today isn't just about a discrimination case.
Right.
It's about the woman behind the uniform, right? It's about leadership, resilience, faith. and what it means to continue serving even when the system hasn't always served you.
Yes.
So tell us who you are behind the ranks. So we know that, you're a master sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to reach that, what is it? Rank, right?
That rank, yes.
Okay.
So I reached E7, which is a master sergeant in the Air Force, at my 15-year mark.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
No. So there's a discrepancy. I should have made it in 2021, which would have put me 5 years, 12, 13 years.
Okay.
I ended up putting it on in 2023 because of the issue that I had in my career.
Sure.
Everything was backdated, but it took me 6 years to get everything backdated. But so 2021, so about 12, 13 years in, I made E7.
Now, is that like normal in terms of when you're navigating your career to be like a 12-year marker for the master sergeant?
Yeah, so it's on the path. Like you're still, you're not far behind, but you're not way ahead. There's people making it at like 7 or 8 years in, which shout out to them. I think everybody makes it in the time that they should make it.
Right.
So I think if I made it any earlier, I wouldn't have been as prepared to carry that rank because there's a lot that comes with that.
Yes.
It's a senior non-commissioned officer tier. So it's a lot that comes with that as far as like leadership and stuff. And I don't think I was at that point to navigate everything that came with that position.
Okay.
So I think I made it at a good time in my career.
I love that. You were ready for it when you did it.
As more ready.
As
more ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to take that on.
To take it on. Because you have staff then.
Tech sergeant, technical sergeant.
You have technical sergeants after you, under you.
Oh, technical
so who
sergeant,
are you in charge
staff,
of?
All of them. So technical sergeant, staff, those are E5s or E6s.
Okay.
And then you got your airmen. Your airmen is like your E1, E2, and E3 and E4.
Okay.
Airmen basic, airmen, and senior airmen and
Okay.
A1Cs, airmen
Okay.
first class. The order is completely wrong, but yeah.
But
E1 through E4.
everybody's under you who's
Yes.
not over you.
Yes, ma'am.
Got
Yep.
it. Okay, so then on your team or on your staff members, like the people that you're in charge of, how has that been being their leader?
Rewarding.
Okay.
Yes. So I will tell you the current position I work in right now, I'm the section chief of training. So I do have a smaller section. Prior to that, I was a flight chief for swing shift because we're shift workers because first responders, we work 24 hours.
First responders because you're police,
yes,
basically.
So we
military
work 24
police.
hours. So we got a lot of different shifts. So I was swing shift and I was over about 45 to 50 something people.
Wow.
From E1 all the way up to E6. And it was a lot that came with it, but it was very rewarding. It was tiring and it was long hours and long days and long nights and something always was going on.
Sure.
But seeing the people that I invested my time into, to mentor, to develop, to lead, to grow, seeing them like come into their own was the best part of the job.
I love that. Yeah. Those are pieces that you don't really hear, right, when you're talking to people in the military. Because, you're just like, oh, thank you for your service. But people don't really have the opportunity to hear what it is that you actually do for not just us. Thank you for protecting us, but like as you're in service, you're actually serving within your community of the Air Force.
Of course.
And so that's a beautiful thing to be able to be their leader.
Yeah.
And be a Black woman.
Yes.
Running things.
I love that. Yes.
Now, has that been hard for you?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like you as a Black woman, I think you know that it's
do.
a little challenging for us. I'm in a male-dominated career field. If you look at the demographics, a lot of them do not look like me.
Right.
So there's challenges that come with that. I feel like I have to work 10 times as harder to kind of get half the recognition.
Yeah.
But I persevere.
Yes.
It's challenging, but I don't let that stop me.
Right.
There's a couple more obstacles I got to get through.
Yeah.
Unlike some other people, and every obstacle and every challenge that was thrown at me, I've gotten through it. So I have a lot of people that are younger airmen and junior NCO, non-commissioned officers, and they look like me.
Okay.
And they are, maybe 5 years, 3 years, 6 years, 8 years into their career, and they're struggling. And they're like, how have you stayed in this long
Wow.
with everything that comes with it?
Right.
I have a very good support system with my family.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very
Shout out to the family.
shout out to my family.
Shout out to the family.
My faith
Yes.
is very strong,
Okay.
and I'm a God-fearing person. So I mean, God, I give everything to Him.
Yeah.
And I put it all in His hands.
Right.
And I do the work, but I tell them, like, sometimes it's not going to get easier, because
Right.
as you come up in the rank and you get in those leadership roles, it gets a little bit more challenging, because at this point, there's an expectation, and even 17 years in, I'm still hitting those same obstacles that I hit when I was only 10 months in the military or 2 years in the military.
Right.
So I just told them to make sure they have a good, strong support system. Pray.
Yes.
Pray. You cannot take this on by yourself.
Right.
And whatever their belief is, right? Because I'm not shoving God down anybody's throat. Whatever your belief is and higher power that you believe
Sure.
in, turn to that. Turn to them. And always know your job. And the reason I say that is because when people try to call you out on things,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, I mean, they can't really say too much,
Right.
So always know your job. Always kind of stay sharp.
Stay sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, definitely as a Black woman or a Black man in the military, they're watching, checking. Any job really. Watching, checking. That's why Olivia Pope's dad told us we had to be
Yes.
and our parents,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
We had to be 10 times as good and stand on that.
Yeah.
And continue to be it.
Right.
And so that adds a layer of stress and a layer of, stress
Yes.
that is, insurmountable.
It is.
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
who could live under those conditions for so long?
Right.
So I'm definitely keeping you and your airmen and the people under you in my prayers.
Thank you.
Because I understand the stress of just that,
Mm-hmm.
not to mention, the country doing the things that it's doing. The
Yes.
somersaults and the backflips. I understand it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I love that. I'm thankful that they have you too. So
Thank you.
so you're 37.
I am 37.
Okay, 37. Okay, I'm
Just
41 since we talk about age.
Yes.
Okay.
You look great.
So do you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. So, go ahead. What you
I was going to say, I just turned 37 in May, so I had to think about it.
Yeah,
That's why.
right.
Mhm.
It's
after like
thing.
the 30s, I'm just kind of like, it's another birthday, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Another
they're all
year.
magical though.
They are.
Yeah.
It's a day that you weren't guaranteed,
That's right.
right? And
Yeah.
it's another trip around the sun,
Uh-huh.
another year to do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make some new things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I love birthdays.
So me too. One of my favorites, really. When my birthday comes, it's the month.
Mhm.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. So you've already accomplished what so many people spend an entire career working towards, because you've went up in the ranks and you've gotten to your rank, and that's amazing.
Thank you.
What inspired you initially to join the military? Because, I'm going to say this. There's a lot of girls,
Yes.
Black girls,
Yeah.
honestly, right, that are like, well, I don't really know what to do. I'm just going to, maybe I'll just join the military, or maybe I'll just do this, or I'll try that. What inspired you? Okay. And then I'll ask the follow-up question to that.
Okay. I hate telling this story because I never planned to join the military.
Okay.
So, I talk to people that are currently serving or have served, and they're like, oh, yeah, I joined because my father, dad, brother, uncle, cousin, nephew,
Okay.
like they all, served, and it's like in them. That I talk to other people, and they're like, I want to serve my country, and that's fine. Very patriotic.
Very
I'm not
patriotic.
mad at it. We need people like that.
Yes.
And there's other people that serve like, I want to travel. I want to leave my small town. I want to,
Right.
get my degree. I don't know how I stumbled into the military, but I do know, because the story, I remember it like it was yesterday, despite it being almost 18 years ago.
Wow.
I was going to a hair supply store, a beauty supply store, to get some weave, some braiding hair.
Mm-hmm.
And right next to it was a recruiter's office.
Okay.
And I was like, let me just go in here and see what they're talking about. I had no plan.
Right.
Most people, when they join the military, they think about it for like months, to a year possibly. I was like, let me just go in here and see what they're talking about. So
Okay.
I walked in, and Army guy was there. And he's like, oh, all these benefits and yada, yada, yada. And then the Marine guy was there. And the Navy, I'm like, well, I'll definitely not go to the Navy because I don't know how to swim. So,
okay. Right.
Yeah, that was automatic X. Then the Air Force guy was in there. And he was in there just chilling and stuff like that. I had the TV on and just hanging out, looking like he was enjoying life. So I went there and talked to him. And he told me a couple things about the military and the benefits and the good things that can come out of it. And I ended up signing right away.
Were you reluctant when you signed?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, it sounds good. Like, what I need to do.
Okay.
And he had to make sure, like, I met, like, the prerequisites and stuff like that and everything. Like, because, some people have to have waivers and stuff like that to get in. And I ended up signing. And then when I went back to do my follow-up, he was never in the office. But the Army guy was always there. The Marine guy was always there. And my understanding is a lot of the Air Force recruiters, they kind of just, they'd be there Sundays. You might not see them for like 2 or 3 days or whatever. But the Army people was always right there. They was standing in the hallway waiting on you. So, yeah, he ended up coming. I don't know what happened with him. Like, he went on vacation or something, didn't tell nobody nothing or whatever. And then I seen him and he got
So it was more chill.
He was very more chill, yes.
Okay.
I went back home and I told my parents, like, I had signed a contract to join the military, and they didn't believe me. Oh. Because they were like, well, you told us you were never going to leave home. Right. And I was like, that was my plan, to never leave home. And even when I retire in 2 years, I will be going right back home to my parents' house. Right. Yes, I'm not ashamed of that.
No.
I'll be 39 living with my parents.
That's right.
With my degree and everything, but.
Yeah, no, yes. Doing your thing.
So, yeah, so they didn't think I would ever leave the house. And I honestly didn't think I would either. I'm a homebody and I like being around my family and stuff. So thinking about joining the military where I would not see them and possibly live in another continent and stuff, like, that didn't sound like something that they thought that I would sign up for. And I did. Yeah. And my stepdad, who raised me, he served in the Air Force. Okay. And then my real dad, who I have a relationship with, but my real dad, he served in the Army. Okay. So when I told them that I joined, they were like, which one did you go into? And I was like, the Air Force, because
it's a little more chill.
It's a little bit more chill. Okay. They call it the Chair Force for a reason. So Army was doing too much running for me.
Right,
so,
right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I ended up there.
I love that.
Here.
Yeah. Here, because home is where?
Georgia.
Mm-hmm. You hear the accent. I know y'all hear the accent. It's so cute, Shalonda.
Thank you.
It's like so subtle, but it's definitely there.
Thank you.
So you mentioned different continents. So where else have you been? Because the military can make your life very exciting in different ways. Yes. Exciting, scary. Okay, yes, mm-hmm. all the things. But as far as travel goes, where have you been?
Station wise, I was stationed in Korea, stationed in Europe, Spain specifically.
Spain.
I've been in Hawaii I was in Hawaii for about 9 years.
Oh my God!
It's kind of cool to live there. On the government's dime. But
okay, because let me tell you,
yes,
Hawaii. How much does it cost to breathe? Let me just say, it's a lot. It is like not priceless. Air is not priceless there. Yeah. Wow.
And I deployed once. I deployed to Kuwait very early into my career.
Was that scary?
It was. I was like 4 months into my career when I got tagged for a deployment.
You got orders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
How long were you out there?
180 days, about 6 months.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Y'all's military speak. I'm like, girl, you're going to have to tell me the months.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
About 6 months I was out there.
6 months. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And how was it?
So that was in 2009. Okay. It wasn't, granted, 9/11, that was 2009. Yes. Granted, 9/11 had occurred 8 years before that.
Okay.
So the posture was a little bit more. There was a lot of heavy security and stuff like that going on because of the posture of not just United States but overseas as well. So going there, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. We had a lot of like patrols and like security routes that we had to do. We had a lot of I want to say, I don't want to call them inmates, but like detainees and stuff that we were like
Right.
transferring and processing and stuff. One of the biggest threats was vehicle-borne explosion devices.
Okay.
Call them V-beds. So a lot of times we spent our patrol routes kind of looking for those.
Wow.
And yeah, because that was what was really killing a lot of, especially Air Force
Right.
personnel. So, you know, there was paranoia because
Yes.
you just didn't know if you was going to come across one, if you was going to hit one, whether you
Right.
detect it or you actually accidentally drive by one. So
Mm.
there's a couple of concerns that I had in regards to that deployment. But I will say, because it was my first deployment, I was 19. I had a really good team that took care of me
I love
and
that.
looked out for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have a dream deployment location? I mean, I know you're coming up on your 20 years, so it's like, girl, they better hurry up. Send me
Right.
wherever.
A dream deployment location? Yes, but I don't think I'll ever get there just because of my career field. But there is a deployment location in Greece
Oh,
where people are able to go. I don't know if I will ever get there just due to my career, but I know other career fields, they do go there.
okay.
So
Okay.
hopefully maybe one day.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe, girl, but
Maybe
if they
in
don't,
2 years. Within 2
right.
years.
If they don't get to you in the next 2 years, is it a wrap after 20?
So my whole career has kind of been like, we'll see. So I never expected to, first of all, I never expected to join the military, never expected to be in for 17 years. I was
Yes.
like one enlistment and done. One enlistment is 4 to 6 years.
Okay.
You can sign up for 4, you can sign up for 6. 17 years later, here I am.
All right.
So I'm going to say in 2 years, when I'm eligible to retire, I am able to go up to 25.
Okay.
I'm going to see where I'm at.
You're going to see how you feel. Okay.
I am.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair. I think as long as it resonates in your body and you feel a certain way about it, then I think that choice is can be up in the air. Because why not?
Right.
You know? So nothing has to be concrete today.
Right.
And I think that's a beautiful place to be in.
Yes.
Yeah, to have your full options.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as I hit 20, I get that check for the rest of my life.
Listen,
but
because that's where
yes,
all this stress, we got to have a little payoff.
Yes, and some disability. Okay,
Right.
For what they have put me through.
Yes.
But yeah, but I have if I have it in me to go a little bit longer, I'm gonna go a little bit longer.
Okay.
And that's mainly gonna be for the people underneath me. I love taking care of the younger airmen and the junior NCOs and stuff like that, non-commissioned officers, my E5s, E6, E4s, and belows.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all for real. Y'all keep me here. Y'all the reason I'm here. So I just they would be my only reason to stay.
Okay.
So, because I feel like that's my purpose right now is to develop them,
yes,
right, and mentor them and guide them. They are my replacement, so I want to make sure that I leave them with the best possible chance to thrive in this career field.
Yeah.
And also in the Air Force, but yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, within the whole scope of the career field. Because as you were talking, I was like, it's interesting how you're like the security to the security. Like you're America's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're the police officers to the security of our nation.
Yeah.
We are.
I mean,
it's true.
Yes. Yeah. National security and, just like basic security, base defense, basically.
Right.
It's all law enforcement
but
security.
what I'm saying is, even though they're in the military, they're not securing the military personnel and like making sure that they're safe. They're making sure we're safe, and you're making sure that everybody's safe.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at
Okay,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
your job is everything.
Yes. Yeah, they tell us our job is like to support. Like we
Yes.
support missions, we support personnel, we support organization, and we support them through security.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I try to break down to
if-
like the
Mhm.
younger airmen.
Right.
Because a lot of them is like, why do we got to sit on this flight line for 12 hours?
Honey.
Why do we got to sit here and check all these cars
Right.
and stuff like
Have
that? And I'm like,
to.
you have to, because if we let an unauthorized person on this base, they can
Right.
go and cause damage to these things that defend our country.
Our whole country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we allow something to happen to this flight line, now we have potentially lost this flight line in order to get planes in the air.
Exactly.
Because these planes that are flying from Edwards
They
Air Force
protect
Base,
us.
they fly across the way to
Yes.
the Middle East.
To do
Just know
to do
that.
the things that they need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, to protect our country from whatever's happening, the cartwheels and the somersaults, the
Right.
back bends.
Yeah.
Just try not to be stressed out.
I know.
But
it's so hard.
Yeah, it is so hard.
It
yeah,
is.
it's interesting. Mm-hmm.
It's a different time. I will tell you. This has probably been the roughest time in my career,
Yes.
just due to current
Things.
processes and procedures in place.
Very good.
Yes.
Very well said. I was like, the thing
Yes.
that's happening.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be tactful.
Oh God, yeah, I have to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have to. Well, again, I take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
I really do. Because, like I said, as you were talking, I was like, oh, she's like the security to the security. Without this type of job, then it would be open season.
It would be, yes.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be really crazy.
I'm glad you're able to pick up on that, because I swear a lot of the younger ones, it's a different generation too, by the way, that's joining the
Sure.
military. Oh my goodness, they are.
You talking about Gen Z?
Yes, is that the gen that we own?
Because, I have
think-
a show about Gen Z.
Oh, okay. I gotta look at that one.
I did an episode on them.
Did you?
Girl.
Okay. Because
Yes.
there's one after them
Ooh.
too that's starting to come in. And
Yes.
it's like, it's crazy
It's
sometimes
Gen
talking to
Alpha.
it's a big disconnect, because
Yes, it
sometimes you'll
is.
talk to them and I'll go up and I'll be like, you know what you're doing here? You have any questions? And half the time I don't think they realize they're at work. And I don't think they realize they have a gun. And I don't think they realize that they have like things that they're required to do.
Right. And
to
no.
keep the base safe and keep the people safe. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you're scaring me a little bit, because I don't think it's clicking.
It's
Like,
not.
The
I'ma
wheel
tell
is
you.
spinning, but the hamster is dead.
It-
So it just takes a little bit longer for them to kind of understand why they're here,
Yeah.
right? So I'm I
you
love
talking
that you
about
picked
Gen
that up.
Alpha.
Okay, that might
Yeah.
be them.
It is.
I'm like 18
Ooh-wee.
born in like 2010. I'm like, my goodness.
Yep. It's interesting. I know. I have a Gen Alpha that I'm raising. And I have a Gen Z.
hmm
And there's a lot more that clicks with that Gen Z. And then that Gen Alpha comes and he just rearranges those boxes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, break them back down. That's not it, sir. And it is interesting to watch them process things, because
Right.
they do it completely different.
hmm
So, yes, hats off to you. And thank you for continuing your mission
Thank you.
until you run out of steam. Because, honey, I get it. I really do. So I wanted to ask this. Okay. So I want to say this first. There's moments in our lives when we have to decide whether to stay silent or stand up, not only for ourselves, but for those that come after us. So I feel
Yeah.
like this is a perfect segue as we're talking about, even staying in leadership longer because you want to help to raise in industry, right?
Yes.
Within your work,
Of course.
raise the generation after you. So I want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
And without sharing things that, might be uncomfortable to discuss. We've been great with our discretion so far. But can you tell us what gave you the courage to advocate for yourself when you experienced like the full force of discrimination in your career?
Yes. I don't ever want anybody to write my story for me. And I felt that some people didn't like that I was a vocal person. Some people didn't like being called out, I guess, for lack of phrasing. And, the military, the government, they expect you to shut up and color. And when you don't do that and you kind of have a mind of your own, or, you tend to see infractions and you call those infractions out. Some people feel a type of way.
Sure.
And so they attack you. They attack your career. And I've seen that happen to others prior to it happening to me. And I just feel that it's important that people say something, because if not, if I didn't, I would not be in the military right now. If I allowed what took place to stay. The biggest thing is, like, I don't want anybody to tell my story. I don't want anybody to feel that they are the narrator or the writer of my journey and my path. And I took control of that. And I corrected the narrative that was put out there about me.
Yes.
Despite it taking 6 years. Okay. So I think that's important to never let anybody kind of just, I don't know.
Mistreat you,
and but then, just not. I don't know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, mistreat you and then tell their own story. I mean, I always bring this up when. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do not.
Did you ever?
No.
Okay. Well, let me tell you.
One of the
I think I said this the last podcast too, when I had Tavier, the lady that you met today.
Okay.
When I had her on, I was saying that Queen Cersei, which is one of the queens in the show, she was, very icy, and she was telling a story that was not true. And so the scribe stopped her and said, "Excuse me, Queen, this is not what it is."
Right.
And she said, "It is what I say it is." And so that just to me said that people that feel that way will always try to say what it is they want to say and put it out there how they want to put it out there.
Right.
But if you don't stand up and say, no, that's not me, that's not my story, that's not what I did, that's not who I am, then you'll be stuck in their story. And so I appreciate what you said when you said that. Like, I don't want someone to write mine. This is my story. And I love that, that you stood up for yourself. So was there retaliation when you decided to stand up for yourself?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Like I said, the government, they kind of just want you to shut up and color. So when you go outside of those lines, they don't like it. Right. Just point blank period. But I mean, regardless of, first of all, retaliation and reprisal is illegal. It's definitely illegal in the military. You're not, pretty sure it's illegal probably in the civilian world too, the civilian sector. Like, you can't, I think they call them whistleblowers, right. But, people that, point out violations and infractions and stuff like that, they can't be retaliated against because they did that, right? Right. And so when I started experiencing that, like, I got put under investigation. They were trying to charge me with 2 charges against me, and that was going to impact my current rank at that time, and a bunch of other things, like put me on a control roster and basically put a case against me and stuff. And so it was like a lot of things that they were trying to do to me. I definitely experienced that, and I went about it through the proper channels, going through the legal office and going through the equal opportunity office, which essentially is like an HR for the military. Okay. And I filed a grievance. I did all these things, and everything came back unsubstantiated. And legal's like, no, they have the authority to do these things. And I'm like, no, they don't. Like, so right. It's unfortunate, but after filing so many complaints and grievances and appealing them at different levels, when I was getting those responses where it's unsubstantiated, 4 years into it, the battle that I had, I finally got my substantiated case, which was on the original stuff that I filed. Right. I was facing harassment and bullying from my chain of command. And I had all these documentations and witness testimonies and evidence, and I had everything under the sun to show proof that I was experiencing this, along with going to mental health and therapy for 2 years.
Wow.
So
that was one of the things that
Yes.
I wanted to touch on too, was your mental health.
Oh, yes.
And how it took a toll on you. It was a 6-year period?
It was a 6-year period.
Mm-hmm.
6 years is how long it took to rectify everything.
Okay.
So 4 years it took to get a substantiated case. Then another 2 years to go through the channels of providing that case and appealing at the highest board possible, the Air Force Board of Corrections and Military Records, which is in the Pentagon.
Wow.
And even the board at the Pentagon was kind of like, she did everything right. Like the previous boards and the previous panels that I went through and channels that I went through, they didn't really look into it like they should have.
Okay.
So they recognized that there was discrepancies with the previous agencies that I went through, as far as like actually taking the time to thoroughly investigate my complaints and look into it. And I wrote my senator. Shout out to Senator Warnock.
Shout out, Senator.
Yes. In Georgia. I wrote him 3 times, and his team was amazing, and they helped me, and they responded each time for my congressionals that I had. And a congressional basically is every service member can write their state senator if the military, whether it's Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and the Coast Guard, who falls under Homeland Security. But if the military is not doing their due diligence and thoroughly investigating grievances and complaints that you bring to them, you can write your state senator and they will do an independent investigation.
Oh,
so
wow.
I love that
Me
for
too.
us. Yes.
Yeah.
So the mental health piece, that started in 2020.
Okay.
I think I downplayed it for like the first 2 years.
Okay.
That I'm like going through something. I was dealing with something. My friends picked up on it first because they're like, you're not yourself. You don't want to leave the house. Obviously I was leaving the house because I had to go to work because they arrest me if I don't. But
that's the only reason.
Yes.
Right. We're not going to jail. Okay.
But when I started coming to work, I was having panic attacks.
Mm.
I was crying in the bathroom. I was having breakdowns, like mental breakdowns at work and stuff. I'll cry in the bathroom and wipe my face and walk out, not like everything is good. And I was doing that multiple times a day. I fell into a depression.
Right.
So about 2.5, almost 3 years into it, I started going to mental health. And I got a therapist.
Okay.
And I started going to therapy, and I was in therapy for 2 years straight. But I was diagnosed with depression, high levels of stress and anxiety.
Okay. Wow. And you overcame
I
that?
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. And it took some time though.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. But I'm forever changed from what I went through with that chain of command, because I think when people, you don't ever think, regardless of where you work, regardless if you're in the military or civilian, you don't ever think like the person you're working for is sabotaging you and your career. You don't ever want to think your supervisor is working against you,
right?
Or your, commander or anything like that. So what I went through, I have trust issues.
Okay.
With not just my chain of command, and granted, I have a different chain of command. I'm at a different base and all the things, but I immediately, my mindset goes to that place when something is off.
Yeah.
Or I'm being told one thing, or something don't look right or smell right. So I don't want to call the word jade. I have trust issues. I do.
Okay.
It is unfortunate because I think I'm going to carry that with me probably the rest of my time, at least in the military. I can't just open up to like my current supervisors and stuff like that,
right,
because I just don't know if they have my best interests. I
yes.
don't know if they're working with me or against me. And the other piece is I lost a lot of faith in those helping agencies that exist in the military.
Okay.
Because when I was going through them and I was fighting my battle, a lot of times they were like, you sound paranoid, or you're not really experiencing this, or they downplayed it.
Oh no, they were gaslighting you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
So
and
they exist to help.
Right.
but I noticed that they don't help.
No.
And I noticed that they protect higher ups. So that's another thing. When you are lower ranking or lower on a totem pole and you're calling out somebody that outranks you or, you know, in a higher position of power, they kind of don't protect you. They protect them.
Yes.
So
isn't that interesting? It's like we're all in the same we're all in the same team, on the same team, in the same boat, on the same base.
yes.
Supposed to be doing the same things, but you will still alienate and isolate me. Do you think it was because you were a black woman? Black woman? What?
Well, during one of my investigations, there was some discrimination. What's the word? There is some forms of discrimination during one of my mini investigations that I filed. They came out in the report later on. They stated that they looked into those independently. I don't know what came out of it because I never heard the feedback on it, but there was things that was stated like, oh, well, this is only happening to multiple black people.
So through their investigation, they saw that these were legitimate concerns.
Yes.
That it wasn't just you.
Right.
And you were not crazy.
Yes.
Right. You were not paranoid.
There was a pattern.
A pattern.
Yes.
Wow.
Of that supervisor doing certain things to minorities, specifically black people. So there was a couple of things that came out regarding that. And like I said, they acknowledged it and they recognized it. And they said that they did a different investigation to look into that. But I never heard anything about it after.
Wow.
So,
yeah, I think that's digging deep for them because it's still a very, racially divided entity. Right. So that would be that. I mean, we saw the patterns, but we see it, but we can't do anything about it because we just can't. We refuse.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So you were scratching.
I was.
Was that scary? Because what I'm really trying to say is this. What I love is that you were like dogmatic with this. Like when you're even saying all of the different levels that you had to go through, the different paperworks that you had to file, the different offices you had to visit and show up for and email and this and that. Like you were not playing.
I wasn't.
Like you
I was not.
I know.
I was cool. I got to know. Guess what? Everybody got a boss. I'm going to that person boss. I'm appealing at that level. I wrote the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force multiple times. I appealed at the Department of the Defense level, Department of the Air Force level. I did so much. I was reading regulations that I've never even heard of, but because I needed to get smart, going back to what I said earlier, knowing your job and sharpening your knowledge, right? Because people can't call you out on those kind of things if you know, especially if you know a little bit more than them.
Right.
So I was reading references, instructions, guidance, like on everything and everybody. I'm looking at what the commander's responsibilities are, and I'm looking for the appeal process for this, and this, and what EO, which is human resources for the military, what they criteria is and what they're required to do and stuff like that. Because they tried to tell me like, oh, if this person left because my investigations took so long, they were like, well, this person's no longer at this base, and I'm like, you're still supposed to interview them. They're one of my witnesses. You're still supposed to interview them. This is in your guidance, you know what I mean? So because they were trying to close my case out without talking to a couple of my witnesses.
No,
I know.
And here's the thing: so many people would have folded.
Yes,
and that
I wanted to.
I know you did. I know you did, because even what you're saying, I'm like, exhausting.
Yes.
But you didn't. And it cost you a lot of things, and you grew and stretched in so many different areas of your life. But what would you do it all over again?
Yes. Without hesitation. I just hate that it took 6 years to see resolution through all of that. But I would do it all over again because, again, I will never let anybody tell my story for me.
Right.
I will never let anybody paint me or paint a narrative out there of me. So if it takes going through all that to get what is rightfully mine, what is rightfully owed to me,
Period.
I would do it 100 times.
Wow. It was worth it.
It was.
I love it.
I was.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, do you think you got justice? And I was like, well, the justice would have been me not ever having to go through that. I mean, me that not happening to me. Or the other people. There's multiple people going through a lot of
discrimination,
harassment, bullying, a lot. Some people try to fight it.
Yeah.
But after a year or two, they were like, I can't keep doing this. Right. I'm like, I can't either, you know? I was like, right. I'm with you.
Right.
And some people, like, I don't want to say succumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word, sorry.
It's all right.
They succumb to what happened and they end up losing their career.
Yes. Their career, their hope.
Yep.
You know, I feel like, yes, it would be perfect world if we never had to go through it. Because not everybody has to go through that.
They don't.
And that is the ugly of our society. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not everybody's struggle. Not everybody has to sit up and fight for just regular old dignity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you did, and you did it so well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On getting what was rightfully yours.
Thank you.
You know? Because I think too, I'm going to go down this path just for a second, that a lot of our women would be like, well, I mean, they were kind of, you know, giving me the cold shoulder, or they were kind of doing this or that. But I know it's just because that's how they view Black women. I'm just not going to say anything. It is what it is. It's fine. You know, they paying me. I'm going to get over it. But at the end of the day, yes, you're getting a paycheck, but you're taking so many hits to your life, yourself, and, you know, to your self-esteem, to the way you view yourself, to how you allow other people to treat you. Like, that's why Handle Her With Care, this platform exists, because it's not only how I treat myself, but it's how I allow others to treat me.
1000%.
And so it's like a manual. So I treat myself a specific way. I'm not going to let anybody come and treat me any old kind of way either. And so I think that that's the thing that I want to encourage the people that are watching to remember, like, yes, we are Black women. And yes, whatever, you know, Malcolm X said about Black women being the most downtrodden,
disrespected woman in the
world.
Yeah.
Okay, but today, we're going to start getting and garnering some of the respect that is due. I'm tired of hearing these stories. I'm tired of us always having some sort of due process, some long, you know, drawn out path that we have to take just to get the basics.
The
basics. And so hats off to you for continuing the mission, and to all the sisters out there that's listening and watching. If there is something going on, it's okay to say something's going on. If you feel uncomfortable, it does not make you a Karen. You know, I hate that. It's like, yeah, let Karen speak.
Yep.
Let her say her part.
Yes.
Now, especially if it's just. If it's a true complaint and it's something that's really happening, say something.
Please.
Yeah. At
Please
work,
say something.
At home, say something so that someone can come to your aid. So I love your resilience. And
Thank you.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So, okay, I feel like we covered this question, but I would just want to ask it directly. Okay. What did that experience teach you about resilience, justice, and your own voice?
I'm a lot stronger than I realized.
Come on, girl.
I am. When I tell this story, or when, you know, it's brought up, my journey, I mean, it's crazy that I was able to navigate that for 6 years, because going through it, I couldn't even like show up for myself. I couldn't get out of bed sometimes. I was in a bad place. I was in a dark spot for years. So I have to say what kept me going, my family that I spoke on earlier, but the airmen that I supervise and stuff, I was like, I know I can't show up for myself right now, but I need to make sure I always show up for them. I need to make sure that I take care of them. I need to make sure I cover them. I need to make sure that they're good. They gave me my strength to keep moving in the Air Force because my family is not with me in the Air Force. They're,
Right.
So my resiliency came from make sure my airman was good, my team was good, my flight was good. Because that made me, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm still taking care of them like I'm supposed to as a leader. Right.
I just have to point out that the fact that you remained such a good leader, even though your leadership failed you, give me some. Because, some people be jaded.
I know.
And they'll be like, this is what I had to go through. This is what you finna go through.
Right. Or just forget about, them because I'm going through my own thing. So I still got, I couldn't let what those people did to me, like, change who I am as a leader. It's easy to.
It is.
Yes.
100%. Yeah. Character. Shout out mom and dad.
Yeah, shout out parents. What was the other? I know you talked about resiliency, and then what was the other?
Justice and just standing up for, or, teaching you about resilience, justice in your own voice, which we did talk about your voice and how much that matters to you. And it should matter to all of us.
I think resiliency, that is a buzzword in the military. My goodness, let me tell you, because it's like, you need to be resilient. If you ever go to combat, you need to be resilient. You be away from your family, you need to be resilient. And I that word is so overused in the military. But it is a real thing. You got to be resilient in order to bounce back. You're going to fall down, 7 times.
Right.
But you get back up 8. Is that what they say?
That is.
But you got to have that resiliency. A lot of people's like, well, were you angry? I was angry, but I wasn't acting out of revenge.
Right. No.
I was acting out of, like, determination. Like, I'm determined to fix this. I'm determined to set this right. My dad, he calls me a honey badger, because one thing about honey badgers, if you don't know, is they are very persistent little animals, and they don't stop until they get what they are trying to get. So,
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So he'll be like, good job, little honey badger. They are very persistent. So if they want, I don't think they eat acorns, but if they want an acorn, they're not going to stop until they get the acorn or something. They're very persistent little animals. So they don't ever quit until their mission is accomplished, essentially. So
it's very applicable to your life.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I love that. For real. Yeah. I mean, we have to do that. We have to be that. Because it's not just about strength. It's about resiliency, and it's about tenacity. And continuing, to be dogmatic in the fight of, writing your story.
Right. And I think when it comes to strength, strength is not talking about physical, because mental, you have to be strong. Your mental state has to be strong. My mental state was not that great. But therapy helped. Yeah. And it gave me a little bit of tools that I needed to kind of just reframe a little bit.
Okay.
And the strength that I got from my team.
Right.
Because some of them, when you're in a leadership position, you don't, complain down, right? You don't ever do that. You don't take your problems to them and stuff. But a lot of them saw the changes with me. They saw, they could see it.
Right.
So a lot of them was like, Sergeant Bowden, like, you're doing great. Sergeant Bowden, like, we appreciate it, because I think they could see that I was not myself. So those little things definitely pushed me through along the way.
Oh, I love that. I love when the babies is, when they're sweet. And then when they appreciate the sacrifice.
Right.
Because this is a sacrifice.
1000%. Yep.
Yeah. Leadership is sacrificial. Yeah. Especially when you're doing it right. So, amen. Shout out to that. So people often see your rank, the uniform, the accomplishments, right? But who takes care of the woman behind all of that. What is your self-care journey look like? What does it look like while you're carrying such significant responsibilities? I noticed that you did say that you had a bat with depression and that you were kind of in the bed, unless you were at work.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some things that you would do to help, make you feel human again?
I have a terrible, I know this is, don't answer the question, but I have a terrible work-life balance.
Okay.
Like even now, I say even now because I'm not going through what I went through for those 6 years, but I don't have a good balance. Like I work 90% of the time. I don't have family. Like I don't have kids. I'm not married or anything like that. So I feel like I have a lot of time to myself, but I spend it at work.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So my self-care is not great.
Okay.
It's not. I try to make time for myself. I have a lot of time that I can make for myself. I just put work before everything almost. And
so what do you like to do?
I'm a homebody, so I don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be around a lot of people. I think the last time I went out was a Beyonce concert. For her Renaissance concert. I think that was the last time. Or sorry, Cabo Carter.
Okay.
And that was like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't do much of anything. I mean, relaxation is like maybe spa day or a massage. I do get massages. I get massages weekly. I will say that.
That is snaps to that.
But I feel like yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. But I feel like that is just kind of like a chore now. I don't know. It's relaxing, but I feel like I do it just because I'm getting older and the military is breaking me down. So I kind of just do it as I don't know if it's a self-care or it's like a preventive maintenance.
Yes, but that's self-care though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to do better.
Okay, I know you get your hair done.
Yes.
I know that you do get your nails done.
I do. I just got them done yesterday.
Okay. You get your massages on a weekly basis.
I do.
Do you do like the gym? Do you work out?
I do go to the gym.
Okay. That is self-care.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
I feel like a chore.
It's a lifestyle.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because not only are you caring for your body in those moments, but you're also caring for your mind. So regardless of what, the idea is, like, I don't want to go.
Right.
When we go, the thoughts that you have and the things that are happening with your mind is that you are clearing.
Okay.
Creating, compartmentalizing, and it helps with that.
That's good to know.
Of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do go to the gym.
Yep.
I try to run.
Great.
I'm not what is the word? Were you routinely? Like I'm not. I don't
like
run
you don't
like
have a
schedule. Yeah,
right.
It'd be like once every 2 weeks or something, or once a month. I don't know. I haven't ran in 2 months now, but at one point I was running like twice a week.
Whenever.
So, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my self-care is very massages, the gym. But again, I feel like it is self-care, but I feel like it's also just a preventive maintenance that I have to do.
Okay, so Shalonda, okay. All right, so just go with me. If you had it your way, what would be something that you would add to your routine?
I need to travel more. And that's not necessarily out of the country. But I've been in California for 3 years.
Okay.
I'm leaving in October. I'll probably never come back here.
Don't say that.
In terms of like living.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Georgia. I'm a Georgia girl, so I love the country. I love the trees. I love green.
Sweet tea.
This has been different living out here, especially in this area. My base that I'm stationed at is like literally right beside the Mojave Desert, so it's just been an adjustment with the different elements and climates.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I love about California that I have just not taken the time to appreciate more is the different elements that you have. If you go north, if you go south. I've gone to San Diego a couple of times because my best friend lives down there, and obviously that's the beach and stuff. But I need to just explore more and take time to actually appreciate what I'm around and things that are here.
Especially until you relocate.
Exactly.
Take some of those times do you have stored up time, don't you?
I do.
Go on now. Where are we going?
I don't know. I need to go somewhere.
Yeah. Implement some things that you enjoy into this part of your journey.
I do.
Because we're done with the fight.
Yes.
And so now that you are in a different space in your life,
yes,
then I want you to absorb some of the things that come with after the fight, after the war.
I need to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You do. So that you can say you've lived.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't just like alive, but you lived. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I want that for you.
I want it for myself. I need to be better.
Okay.
I recognize it.
I love that.
Okay.
That's the part. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you can see it, then you can make a change if it's in you to do it. But I believe that if that's something that you want, I think it'll bring you a different level of peace. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay. Well, cheers. Okay. So we got a plan.
We
got a plan of action. We're going to travel some more.
We do need to travel some
more. Yes. Okay. So one last question.
Okay.
If a young Black woman who's listening today, someone who dreams of serving in leadership or the military, or just kind of breaking down barriers and doing some really dope leadership shit, what do you hope she remembers when the path becomes difficult for her? When? Because we know it will at some point.
Yes. I mean, it kind of just goes back to one of the main topics that we've had today in her voice. I think sometimes when people start to go through challenges and obstacles, they forget that they have a voice. They forget that they can speak up and say something. And part of that might be due to other people trying to silence them, so they feel like they can't say anything. I just hope they remember they have a voice. I also hope, and I've said this a couple times to a couple people that reached out to me since my article came out in May, that you do have options and you do have resources, because some people think that, well, they did this to me and I can't fight it. And like, yes, you can. Right. Yes, you can. Everybody got a boss. One thing about the military is our chain of command goes all the way up to the president. So you have multiple levels that you'll be able to appeal at. And you do have a state senator that you can appeal to and write to. And so I think for a young Black woman coming up who will experience challenges is knowing that you have options, knowing you have a voice, and using that. Again, I was reading all types of instructions and guidances and references, and knowledge is power. I know we've heard that before, but it's also key into preparing yourself for when people try to shut you down or people try to talk over you or silence you or whatever, knowing your rights, essentially.
Yes, knowing your rights. I mean, that's for really just as a Black person.
As a Black person.
Life.
Oh, my goodness.
In this life.
Speak on it.
In your community, in with law enforcement.
Yes.
If you're in the military, if you're in corporate America,
yes.
if you're an entrepreneur walking into banks, asking for loan, knowing your rights, knowing what's due to you, it is so much, work.
It is. It is.
I was trying to search for a bigger word, but honey, work is it's work. It is, in order to get what's entitled to us.
Right.
So I love that. I appreciate that, because I think that it's inspiring. And even though, right, it doesn't sound like, oh, roses and butterflies, everything's going to be beautiful. At some point you will have those moments, but the fight is the fight.
Right.
And you got to put your dukes up. You know what I'm saying? The climb is the climb. You got to lace your sneakers up. It just is what it is. Once you reach the pinnacle, then you can kind of woosah.
Yes.
And travel like Shalonda's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. So, first of all, thank you for your courage to even come on here and talk. I know we've talked about it for like a few months now.
We have.
On what we're going to do. And so I appreciate you taking the time to come speak with me.
Thank you. I hope I didn't make it too awkward.
Oh, no, you didn't make it awkward at all. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
This is great. This is
different
first of all,
for me.
This is different for you. This is not what you do, but you did it.
Thank you.
And you shared very well. And I think that people that are listening and watching can can hear your heart and hopefully be inspired to not just sit on, because there's the whistles need to be blown. So
Yes.
y'all are just sitting on the whistles.
Yes.
Pull them things out and blow them so that we can
Yes.
start calling these agencies to the carpet that need to be checked.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the episode right there.
It is.
Yeah. Blow the whistle. Toot, toot.
Yeah. Too
Whatever
short.
Too Short
Yeah.
said. Yes, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna put the article,
Okay.
a copy of it, in the description of this episode so that you all can click on it and read it. It is so encouraging. And so if you didn't get a lot more details from what we spoke about, you can read what Edwards Air Force Base, right,
Yes, ma'am.
wrote up in the article so that you can see exactly through her voice and in her writing what she experienced. And so hopefully that will continue to inspire you. One thing that I love about this conversation is that it reminds us that leadership isn't the absence of adversity. Sometimes leadership is choosing integrity when it would be easier just to quit.
Mm.
So if there's a woman listening today, handle yourself with just a little bit more care this week, okay? Because I want you to know that you have permission to do so. So if that includes blowing a whistle, if that includes, sharing your story with someone, if that includes standing up to your, boss or the people that are over you in some respectful manner, just to let your voice be heard, then I encourage you to do that. All right. Now, do you have a social media that you would like to share? If not, that's okay.
I'm so terrible at social media. I haven't had a Facebook in like almost 20 years.
Okay.
I just have an Instagram, but I don't even really
do it.
I
Girl, don't worry. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can follow me at Handle Her with Care _podcast. You can also follow my personal page at ROXSTARR_life. You can also hit me up on my website, www.aprilmarieholland.com. You can book a hair appointment. You can view the up-and-coming podcast episodes. You can book Lovey's House. You can watch Lovey's House for your kiddos that, you want them to hear a loving bedtime story right before bed, and it always puts the kiddos to sleep. So click there. You can find a whole heap of resources that are specifically for you. And so with that being said, don't forget to handle yourself with care. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.